Welcome to the Lion's Den Podcast Network, powered by Stark Roofing. With over 45 years of experience in the roofing and exteriors industry, Stark Roofing is a local, family-owned and operated company that provides excellent customer service and workmanship. Let's Start Roofing. Bring your home back to life. You can give them a call at 636-671-0045 and tell them Spanky sent you. Stark Roofing, proud title sponsor of the Lion's Den Podcast Network and this amazing podcast presentation.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Are you suffering from a tragic lack of shelf space?
Do you look at your bank account and think, yes, but what if I had 20 more of that exact same item?
Do you know your local delivery driver's middle name and their dog's birthday?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone. Welcome to the Back to the Past podcast. I'm Kevin.
I'm Justin, currently drowning in Legos.
And I'm Brad, currently defending my right to own too many Pokemon cards.
Today, the three of us are exposing our latest hyperfixations. We'll discuss why we buy them, where we hide them, and why we absolutely, definitely, 100% do not need professional help. Probably. And this is our first of our three-part series on our, collection addiction, hyperfixations on items.
Illogical interests.
Poor financial decisions.
Disposable income.
Sometimes not always disposable.
Right. So if anyone has some seeds for those money trees that some people seem to have, please feel free to let us know. And we'd much appreciate planting some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So welcome, everyone. First off, I would like to thank Stark Roofing and AllStar Fence STL for being our title and studio sponsors, as well as Granite Pros LLC, Terry Ann the Moon, and Back Photography and Doula Services, and Mike Jones of the Lion's Den Podcast Network. I believe Granite Pros is actually helping Mike with some home remodeling. They're doing some kitchen work there. Fun stuff when your house is all torn upside down. For all things Back to the Past podcast related, please visit us at backtothepastpodcast.com. There you can provide feedback, suggest episode topics, support our sponsors, and order your very own shirt and much more, including some items that kind of been playing around with some things. So there might be some items showing up on there that you can possibly purchase if you're interested in that, and it would help support the show.
Koozies.
That would be nice, but no, it's not like branded materials.
Oh, okay.
It's things you might like. I don't know. Well, still learning the process with what it was that I had seen earlier today. So, ratings and reviews of the podcast are always appreciated, and we do appreciate you spreading the word about the podcast. Just let us know. We like hearing from you. All right, so we are going to start this first part with some things that Justin has on his list of things that he is currently obsessed with, things he's been obsessed with in the past, and what might be in the future.
Some obsessions come and go.
Yes, they do.
And some go away and come back.
Yes, they do.
And some obsessions just kind of pop up out of nowhere. I guess I should probably start with the first obsession I really had as a kid. And that was Legos. That was my first foray into, I've got to get all of these things.
Yeah, I can see that. It seems like most kids had,
Something.
whether it was just basic assortment of bricks.
Yep. And the first anything I ever had was a Tyco off-brand Lego bucket
Okay.
filled with them, and I actually still have it to this day.
Wow.
But it just became like a big thing to just hold spare parts in and things. And yeah, but then you get sets, and then you kind of move away from that. But I didn't get like really into it until I was at a family friend's house. I think it was my mom's friend or something, and her son had a Lego collection. He was like, I was probably 7 or 8, and he was like 15.
Oh, so he's an older person.
Oh yes, he had a little more money, and
He's cutting grass and stuff.
I
Probably
guess.
at that age. Who knows?
he had quite a collection, and everything was on display. It was all real nice. He had all the booklets, all the boxes. And I never understood the box thing for a long time. And then when that clicked, that didn't go away.
No. It's kind of another obsession.
Yeah, that's kind of its own thing. So he had shelves upon shelves upon shelves of Legos, and like nearly complete sets. He had like all the pirates, all the town stuff, I think all the castle stuff. He also had a collection of Ninja Turtles figures, complete in the boxes.
Not Lego, but
Not Lego.
Not the
actual
Playmate
yes.
action figures.
Yep.
Okay.
He had a Ninja Turtle collection, which I wanted to do, but a little late on that one.
Yeah. Talking about more expensive.
And that's and there's those, once those go away, like they're gone,
Yeah.
like a lot of figures. But yeah, Legos was like my first kind of obsession, and I was more into like the pirates, the space. Who didn't love the space? Yeah. And oddly, I like the town stuff also.
So these weren't the kind of like officially licensed properties like the Star Wars.
That was before then.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, they didn't really have licensed properties back then. They just had like their own themes.
I want to say one of my first ones that I can remember was a little like set, and it had it was a small little pirate boat, I think, with a shark.
Probably.
That's the first one that I can remember outside
A lot of the pirate ones had sharks with them.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was something along those lines, I believe. But yeah, that was probably my first little tiny box set. I think it was like a stocking stuffer or something.
And they weren't that expensive back then.
No.
You could get a lot of Legos really cheap back then.
Yeah. You didn't have middle-aged men buying them
Right.
for themselves.
They also, I swear nowadays, they like...
And yes, I'm telling on ourselves.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely right there. Like, I swear they pack these things with so many pieces just to upcharge now. Because some of them have really complex designs that they just never had whenever I was a kid.
Right. They were all just basic.
Very basic.
6 block, 4 block, 2 singles, then kind of the same in flats, a little bit longer.
Yeah, it was very simple designs. Very basic things.
All square. Not a lot of round things. Or
No. Yeah.
Hip to be square.
Yeah.
Very.
So then I liked them. I would get Lego catalogs in the mail all the time and like stare at them like, oh my God, look at all these fun things.
It's kind of like me with the Christmas catalogs that would come in from Sears and JCPenney.
Yeah, I did
Those
that
were
too.
the best.
Yeah.
Toy Story. I mean,
Toys R Us.
yep, that's the one.
Yep.
It was a
Toys
toy
R
something.
Us, KB.
It's been far removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I fell out of Lego for a long time. All throughout high school. You have other things going on in high school.
So your early, mid teenage years, late teenage years.
Oh, I'd say I kind of fell off the Lego train early to mid-teens.
Okay.
And then it just was not even a priority. Never thought about it. Never looked at them. Couldn't care less. And then came 2005. I'm 21. I'm in the Crestwood Mall. And
Rest in peace.
I'm going into Suncoast. If anyone remembers Suncoast.
Rest in peace as well.
Also rest in peace. And they had on the wall a shelf way up high. And it had I don't remember which first. I want to say this is probably the first one that had a Lego Star Wars Millennium Falcon.
Oh.
And it was 25% off. It was normally $100. They're selling for $75.
God.
And I'm 21, a poor college student, dare I say, with a needy girlfriend who wanted me to pay for everything. So when you're not getting a lot of hours of work, you're in college, you got the girlfriend taking all your money, but you see the Lego set that's like, that actually looks kind of cool. Kind of like that.
Need to put a foot down.
I started hiding my money away, and it stayed there forever. Like, when I finally went to actually buy it, I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, why am I buying Legos as an adult? Like, what am I doing?
Right.
Like, back then, still, it was like, adults don't do this.
Right. I'm legal drinking age.
Yeah, like, I can buy a beer legally. Why
Right.
am I doing this?
I should be going to the bar.
Yeah.
Not this.
But for some reason, I just felt this pull, and I got it. And it had been sitting there so long, the entire top was caked with dust. So clearly they had it a while. And I still have it. It is at the top of the steps on a stool, separated from anything else. It's by itself, because that is what got me back into it. And oh, good God.
So it was brand new, still sealed, everything?
Yep.
Imagine if you would have kept it sealed.
I know. Because it was probably the first Millennium Falcon that they did.
Wow.
So yeah.
I do wonder how much something like that would be worth today.
Oh, I'd be afraid to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might feel sick.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with Legos is especially if they're, even if they're not sealed.
Right. As long as they're complete.
As long as they're complete. I'm like, my God.
Do you still have the box or no?
I don't know. I know I have the instruction booklet because those I never got rid of, even as a kid.
Fair.
I might have held on to the box because that is around the time that I started up again, and I went on this crusade to get all of the Lego Star Wars. That's how I justified it. I'm only doing the Star Wars stuff.
Yep. Not going to branch out.
I'm not going to branch out. I'm just doing Star Wars stuff.
I'm just doing retro cards.
And how many Star Wars stuff did they come out with?
A lot.
Quite a lot. I didn't realize it'd be, well, it's still going now.
Yes.
So that's one of those obsessions that I kind of went into the back burner. About the time, I mean, they were kind of getting overloaded with the prequel Legos, and I had no interest in those.
Fair, yeah.
I was more of the
You
original
mean
trilogy.
you didn't want a Droideka?
I mean, I do have a few
Okay.
of them. I do have some of the prequel stuff, but I'm like, this isn't nearly as fun. I don't like these as much.
It didn't hold the same nostalgia factor.
No, because I like Star Wars and I like Legos. So put them together
Perfect marriage.
for a man-child like myself, I mean, that's perfect.
Hence the Lego games.
Yep, and I'm quite a fan of those as well. I guess I could be a mini collection because I always have to play all those.
Yep.
Speaking of, didn't they just release the
Yeah, they
Lego
got
Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big old collector set. I think Kobe is.
He did mention.
I think he got like the deluxe edition.
Oh, well, I
whatever,
mean-
collector version, because he's big into that and Batman.
Got that disposable income.
Well,
It helps.
yeah. I don't know about disposable, but it's significantly more. 'Cause he doesn't.
Remember that money tree we were talking about?
Yeah.
I think he has a few.
I think he's got at least one, maybe.
Not saying he
two.
didn't work hard for them.
Correct.
He just has a few.
He's the youngest out of all of us.
Yeah. Sometimes that's how it be.
That's how it goes.
So that I branched off as one does, because then somewhere around that time they started doing like, we're going to cater to adults, and oh no, I'm one of those. So then I branched into, again, I'm only doing this one. It's not so bad.
Right.
This is like artistic.
Yes.
It was the architecture line.
Oh,
I really like the architecture line. And they had like a whole line of Frank Lloyd Wright houses, which I got all those. They had a bunch of like landmarks from around the world. We pretty much got all those.
I wish I had a couple of those.
I do too.
They got the skylines. Got
Yeah.
all those.
Wish I had a couple of those.
But then it got kind of out of control quickly because then they also released or started releasing ridiculously large landmarks. So my first one of those was a 3-foot tall Eiffel Tower.
3 foot tall.
Yep. Which
Where are you hiding that one?
it's in the basement. It's partially in disrepair.
Oh, no.
There's a story about that. Since then, they've come out with a bigger, better Eiffel Tower that's like 10,000 pieces and 5 feet tall. I did not partake of that because
How much
where am I going
would
to put it?
that cost? Originally.
That one actually is, they're still selling it now.
Oh.
But I think it's going to be retired in the next year.
Ooh.
So yeah, once that goes out of print, that is going to be a pricey one.
Yes.
I don't think it's as much as you would think. Oh, okay. It's not as much as I thought it would be.
Oh, okay.
Let's put it that way. They have the, I also got a Taj Mahal that was at the time the largest set piece-wise. That's also in disrepair.
They're always like, this is the largest piece count we've ever done. Mm-hmm. It's like the iPhone.
And then they keep topping it.
Yeah, it's like the iPhone. Yeah. This is the fastest iPhone. Well, no shit, it's got a new chip in it. What do you want?
Yep.
It's the newest.
I also have a Tower Bridge, which is a couple feet long, also in disrepair.
Oh, no.
All three of these are sitting on a card table in the basement, and they fell into disrepair because when you cohabitate with people who are not Lego people, they don't know how to handle them. So when they're moving them out of the way, they don't know where and where not to put weight, and things fall apart, and you don't know it right away, and then you catch it later, and I don't know if there's pieces missing at this point or not. In order to fully repair these, I'm going to have to completely tear them apart and rebuild them. And I'm not looking forward to that because, little known fact, if you've never done large sets like these, you don't open all the bags at once.
No.
They're numbered.
They come numbered.
They come numbered for a reason.
That's like taking a car apart and just throwing all the bolts in one bag.
Basically, yes. Yes. I mean, you can do it.
Sure.
It just takes a lot longer.
Right.
A lot longer.
And when you're getting paid to go fast.
Yes.
I mean, you're not getting paid to go fast with Legos, but it just makes it more enjoyable.
Much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the Lego website,
Oh, God.
limit of 2 per purchase. 10,001 pieces.
Yep.
I guess the one piece is
The little top.
probably the little flag.
Oh,
$629.99.
that's not as expensive as I thought.
Right.
I was thinking like $2,000.
Nope.
Something silly.
Nope. I want to say the most expensive one hasn't topped 1,000 yet.
Retail.
Yeah.
Yeah, retail. Oh, yeah, those days are quickly approaching.
Yeah, it's just like the smartphone. It's just like, well, right now, anything these days, if it wasn't, or if it used to be cheap, it's not anymore.
Yep. So once I realized, like, okay, this is getting out of control, so I just kind of like, whatever. And so then I started kind of branching out into some vehicles. I've got a few vehicles here and there.
They haven't quite done the vehicle like that I want to, like that's going to pull me in. Like, I mean, they sort of have. I think they've done a Lamborghini, but like not.
They've done a couple. They've done Lamborghini and the Technic.
Oh.
And the Technic ones, I have a Porsche. I have a McLaren.
Oh.
And I think I only have the 2. But those I got for the challenge. Because those are challenging.
I bet.
Those have a working shifter in them.
Don't they have little rubber band things?
They've got rubber bands in there, yeah. I don't like the rubber bands. I think it's cheating.
Yeah.
Plus those degrade.
Little pulley system.
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Kevin?
Yeah. Ask my G.I. Joe figures about that.
So, yeah, I've got those. Then then I got a couple of the larger Star Wars collector's series. I don't know what you call them. One's a not X-Wing. Y-Wing.
Ooh.
And a TIE Fighter. And
I think I remember seeing a lot of the TIE Fighter.
Slave One.
Boba
Fett's vehicle.
Little ship.
Yep. And that is a thing that has had to cool way down because those are very pricey. Mm-hmm. The latest one that I got that I was very excited about was I do have the Titanic.
Yes.
Which I used my tax refund on, or else I would not have it.
What? How many summers ago was that?
That was
like 2 or 3.
23.
I think it was at least 23 because that was like my first full year paycheck after starting that job, and I got like $600 back on the refund. And
you're like, hot damn.
Hell yeah. Or I guess it was more than that because
could do adult things, but
this is an adult thing.
Yeah.
It's an adult toy.
I mean, I walked in there and I was like, 1 Titanic, please. And they said, do you want it in the shipping box or not? And I'm like, I had no idea what they were talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Because I've never gotten a set that big. It turns out you can, when you get sets that big, they come like literally boxed in a shipping box.
Nice.
So you can't tell what's inside the box.
Oh.
What's in the box?
I mean, it says like it's printed on the outside.
Sure.
But there's no pictures. It's just
when you're walking through a mall
yes.
into the parking
lot. Even though they
lot.
put it in like a yellow satchel bag.
Bright,
eye-catching.
Bright yellow. But I've never seen one this heavy duty. Usually they're like lighter, flimsier.
Yeah.
This one was heavy duty plastic with like
fabric straps,
like a
Microsoft store bag.
And it was very wide because it was a big box.
Have wheels?
No, but it needed them because I had to walk through that whole friggin' mall carrying this giant box in this bag.
Do you know how much it weighed?
It's a solid 20 some odd pounds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you're walking through a whole mall,
well, and it's spread out over a big surface area,
and it's very
sizable.
Yeah, it was a little, and I showed up first thing when the mall opened, so there's hardly anyone in there. Right. But I tell you, when I was walking out, all 10 people in there,
sleeping.
I swear, everyone was staring at me.
Oh, I bet.
Like, look at that giant box.
I felt that many times.
So the Lego store has the Lego Titanic limit of 2 for $679.99.
Yep.
It's 9,090 pieces.
And that's what it cost back then too. When it first came out, it was $629. Sold out immediately, and then it was out of stock for a long time. And then when it came back into stock, it was $50 more.
Well, I'll be honest. The one that I missed out on, I don't know that I'll ever get, because that's the one that was going to pull me in, was the Saturn V.
Oh, yeah. I have one of those.
Yep. Every time I see it, I'm like, what could have been?
That could have been me.
I could have been a contender.
I also have a Ghostbusters Firehouse, which is hidden upstairs. I've got Sopwith Camel, which is a World War I plane.
I wish I would have bought the Sesame Street set.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They have a lot of like Harry Potter sets too, don't they?
They got a whole Harry Potter line.
Yeah.
They had a big Hogwarts castle.
Yeah, that's right.
I've also got smaller
Mark
ones.
has all that stuff.
Oh,
There's also a small one-off Doctor Who set
Of the TARDIS?
of the TARDIS.
Oh!
I've got a Yellow Submarine.
Oh, yeah. That one's out of print.
Yep.
I'll just ask, just to be real stupid here. Beatles, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. Yep. And then there's a few other little odds and ends that. But it's just some of them are just so stupidly expensive now that it's kind of hard to.
It's an expensive hobby.
It really is. It's become very expensive. So I've been saving for quite a while because I have my eyes set on my next victim before my points run out. Because I think you have 18 months before your points expire.
Oh, that's generous.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm, and I've got a sizable amount of those.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a nice. But I have my eyes set. I'm just waiting a few more paychecks.
Almost there.
Care to share what this is?
I don't like the look of it, quite honestly, but
But I'm gonna buy it anyway.
And display it too.
yes,
prominently.
because I never thought I would see a Star Trek Legos.
Okay.
And
That's
they came
right.
out with the Enterprise D.
That's right.
And like I said, I'm not a big fan of the way it looks, but
Tell us about your.
I've
off-branded
also
one.
got an off-brand. It's a Mega Bloks
Yep.
of the original Enterprise, which is large.
And Mega Bloks are quality items.
I do not recommend.
They are made by Mattel,
Really?
I think.
I don't remember. That sounds
Because
right.
I think the Beatles set where they're at the Ed Sullivan Theater,
Oh yeah,
I think that's Mega Bloks.
I think so too.
But it was only like
Wow.
$80, $90, something like that.
Mega Bloks are a lot cheaper.
Yeah, they don't seem to hold their.
Well, so specifically, there is a design flaw in that original Enterprise, where when you're doing the disc portion, there's like that little hump on the middle of the disc where the bridge is, and you're supposed to, I have the disc built, and then I'm assembling the bridge part, and when I try to put it on, it won't connect. It will not fit no matter what I do, and it's because there's not enough structure in it. So when you try to put it on, it just bends. So I had to use spare pieces from other sets to kind of rig an interior in there just to get the top on. And if I
That's
ever
unfortunate.
thought about getting more Mega Bloks, that kind of killed it there.
You know, that kind of reminds me of. I don't know if you guys remember the 3D puzzles in the early 2000s.
I had one.
I had Millennium Falcon.
I had Empire State Building because I'm an architecture
nice.
nerd, I guess.
Right.
And then what was it? The other one? It was like the Capitol building or the White House or something like that. So I had like a couple of them. They were fun. Like they had and like you said,
I really like them.
they had like a structure
Yep.
inside. However, not always great. So my dad, being a very crafty one, we would always like enforce them or like reinforce them even more than the little goofy structure they give you. So you could like almost stand on the dang things. So
Yeah, my Empire State Building. I got that around the time my mom's cat got spayed, and we had the really soft litter. It's the same consistency as the 3D puzzle pieces, and it was mistaken for that once.
oops.
And so I did not partake of that for a long time, and then after years, the smells kind of faded. So I eventually did build it then. Yeah, and by then the interior little thing for it to sit on so it doesn't sink in on itself was long gone.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of had to do something similar. I had to kind of improvise something to keep it from sagging.
Yeah, cardboard was our friend. Lots
Yeah.
and lots of cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mega Bloks is by Mattel.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, if I were to also join you, Saturn V would have really, that would have pulled me in. I was so close to
I think
like,
about the time you were going to pull the trigger, it was too late.
It was already too late, and I'm like, fuck. I was
Because I
like,
remember I was in the store kind of looking, and I'm like, I was like, they still have a shuttle.
yeah, that's true.
Of course, I don't know that they have it now.
Yeah, no, I know. It was just look, the Saturn V is like
It's iconic.
Yeah,
It is
it's
iconic.
This is space race stuff. Like, not that I don't like the shuttle. I grew up with the shuttle. I've seen shuttle launches. I just, Saturn
And it came
V
with
is
a
really
little,
cool.
lunar lander
Yeah.
to scale with the large thing, and they also had like the pod on the ocean to go with it.
Nice.
It's fun.
I'm assuming because of the size of the Saturn V that they didn't have a little spaceman.
They actually do have a little spaceman that is to scale.
Oh,
It's like
itsy bitsy.
itsy bitsy.
Okay,
It's just like
that's
a
actually really
little
cool.
bitty piece.
It's a mini fig.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. Okay,
It's so small it could fit in the palm of a regular minifigure.
Wow.
dang. I mean,
It's-
Saturn V.
Yeah. So looking up information about the Enterprise. It's 3,600 pieces.
Oh, that's it.
It's 10.5 inches high, 23.5 inches long, and 18.5 inches wide. Amazon has it for $399.99.
And that's retail.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Can be delivered at least to my house tomorrow.
Yeah.
Could be there
it. Sure could.
lickety split, but
You
not
can
for me.
also
Oh.
get from a separate company lighting kits for it.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's a huge
And they
thing
look
these
really
days.
cool.
Dang.
They look really cool.
You don't have to do any like drilling, do you?
Nope.
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 Just little stick-on things.
I mean, it's you replace some pieces and put some other things in, and and you connect.
Well,
to the
that's
power
kinda cool.
source. Yeah, they're really cool.
And I like how it comes with 9 minifigs of all basically the cast.
See, that's one of my big pet peeves these days. They seem to have been doing that for years, where they have like this big collector's item, and then they feel the need to have minifigures that can't go inside the thing.
True, yeah.
They're just on a display thing on the outside.
They know their customer base, Justin.
And I was sitting here looking at this like, get rid of those, knock off like $20 off of it, and then do like a bridge set with the minifigures.
Oh, a bridge set would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
I wonder if anybody's put that in the Lego Ideas thing. I'm sure somebody has.
I did miss whenever they came out with this one. This was released on Black Friday last year, and it was, if you got it in store that on Black Friday, it came with a separate little shuttlecraft kit that had a Ensign Ro Laren figure that was exclusive to the shuttlecraft. You could only get it that weekend.
Dang.
So those are going for a few dollars on eBay.
Yay, scalpers.
Yay.
Hey, let's buy them all up.
Yay. Why did you have to make it so scarce? People would have bought the crap out of those things.
2 at a time.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. We have a Up house set,
Oh, yes.
which is pretty neat. House got all the balloons coming out the top and stuff. And then I've got the Lego DeLorean Speed Champion release.
That one's pretty cool.
I do like that one. And for a car, they did a great job with that one. Better than the full-size DeLorean release, I feel looks a lot better than that one. No, just me. I still don't know why Marty looks mad, but got a mad face. Whatever. Doc is thrilled. He's happy. Okay.
Well, that's like the Mario and Luigi Mario Kart sets where Mario looks angry for some reason and
Right.
Luigi looks happy.
Right. It's kind
So
of
people have been switching their
heads.
eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Like that actually works.
Yeah, the other set that maybe would have pulled me in was that newer Pokemon one, which went extremely fast. And I did have a chance to hit the trigger or pull a trigger, and that came with in their version of the mini figure things. It was a set of the 8 first badges in
yes.
the Kanto
That's right.
region. And that's the part that was like, oh, I kind of want that. So I looked at the price and I'm like, never mind. That's a bit steep for a first one. So I was like, I don't think so.
I would have figured you'd have wanted the Charizard, Bulbasaur.
Yeah, that's Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, or I think that's what's on there.
I think so.
Yeah,
those three.
that's the one. And then it also comes with the badges.
Okay.
If you buy that, but that went quickly.
Okay.
So I didn't have time to think about it too much. You know.
Right.
I mean, it went live, and I could have pulled the trigger. I just, ouch.
And gone.
It's like I want to say $650.
Yeah, that's
So, it's not an impulse buy.
No.
It's not a you just happen to see it and you're like, oh, that's right. I've been wanting to get that.
For us normal people, it's not an
Right.
impulse buy.
right. Yes.
For us norms.
Yeah. I wish I could be in the boat where that could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just part of Pokemon 30th anniversary thing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they have so many things right now. It's pretty silly,
Yeah. Yeah. There's
which we'll get into on another episode.
yes.
So yeah, Legos was my first obsession, I guess one could say. And then it went away, and then it came back with quite the vengeance. Because when I was a kid, I was just like, yeah, I kind of like some of the things, kind of like this, kind of like, but I wasn't picky.
Right.
If it was Legos, Lego, cool.
Yeah.
As an adult, though, yep, we get a little picky.
Right.
But now we're getting some niche stuff now.
Oh, you also have the NES,
Oh, I do have the NES,
which has a little
came with a TV.
crank thing that makes Mario move through the scene.
Looks like Mario's running through the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've also, I guess it's part of the architecture one, that Pyramid of Giza, which I thought was kind of neat because it shows like the pyramid as it looked back then, but then it's a facade. You could pull off the top and it shows it being built.
Yeah, it's like an ant farm.
And then you turn it around and you can see all the tunnels in it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of fun.
Yeah. I would like to get a Lincoln Memorial.
Oh,
I think that would be neat to have, architecture-wise.
I believe I do have one.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Oh.
That was back.
Is that one of the smaller?
Yeah, it wasn't too big.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was
Like
smaller
the-
architecture.
Like the city skyline looking ones?
Not
whatever
quite
they
that small.
Oh, okay.
It was like its own little building. It's about
Oh,
not that big.
nice.
Yeah, there was. They had a whole set of them about that size. It's the Lincoln Memorial. There was. I have a White House one, but this was like the first version of the White House one when it was more blocky and.
Yeah, not
Kinda
updated.
not
with
updated.
More curves and stuff.
I do have an updated Capitol building. That one is much more curves and nicer looking. It became a
Thing.
It was a thing. It was its own thing, but it got out of sight, so that's cooled a little bit.
Yeah.
What hasn't cooled, though, I have a few things that have not cooled, and part of the reason they haven't cooled is because they're a lot cheaper.
Oh,
They're a lot easier to acquire. Well, I shouldn't say. Some of them aren't easy to acquire. They're just
More accessible.
cheaper, and when you find them, they're much easier to impulse. And that's physical things. Movies, music, and books. I do have kind of a few obsessions. I don't know why, but can we really explain why we obsess over the things we obsess?
No.
Not always.
we're trying to.
Which
but
I justify it.
It's dopamine, you know?
It's
just dopamine. That's all
Yep.
it is.
For a long time, me and my roommate at the time this was like in our 20s, we would go to Best Buy all the time after school. In fact, that's how I met somebody who then introduced me to Brad.
Yep,
Me going to Best Buy all the time.
my wife.
And at that time, we would show up and I would look at movies, he would look at CDs. And then somewhere in there it flipped, and he'd be looking at movies, and I was looking at CDs. And we were never looking at the same thing at the same time, because it would flip back and forth. But then we would go to FYE, which at the time I think was
Down Hampton?
either CD Warehouse, Music Warehouse, is one of the two.
Is that the one down Hampton that's now Chicken Place? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. And then
Hey, we're not sponsored.
I know.
when they became FYE, that's when it got out of control. And that's when we were going in all the time, to the point where we knew all the employees by name. They knew us.
By name.
We were trading in stuff. We were buying stuff. We were chatting. They'd play music. What is that? That's incredible. Oh, that's blah, blah, blah. Oh, we have that. I'm buying that.
Where everybody knows your name.
It kind of was.
Norm.
Yeah, like when we had nothing to do, especially on Friday nights, let's go to FYE.
Yep.
So we'd go in and we'd get all kinds of cheap movies, CDs. For a long time, that's all it was DVDs and CDs, and then eventually Blu-rays. Can't explain. Just getting whatever sounded fun, interesting, but somewhere in there, I developed an addiction to Criterions, which I know we've mentioned Criterions on here a few times.
Yes, on some of our movie episodes.
And I was going to get all of them.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, and I thought
Seeing a pattern here.
Yes.
because they're numbered, and I'm a sucker for anything that's numbered.
Oh,
Right.
let me tell you about our friends Pokemon and Funko Pops.
Yep. Numerical order.
Yep, because when I was a kid, it was baseball cards.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
They're numbered. I got to get all of them.
1 through 792 if you're going for a top set.
Yep, yep, and that's if you're not going for any of the special releases.
Correct.
The
That was
relics.
that was
and
just the
fun.
base set.
Yep. So I thought I was going to get all the Criterions, and I was well on my way. And then after a certain point, they just started releasing too many in a year for me to keep up with. And all of the other things, like if I'm going to get my Legos, I'm going to have to cut back on my Criterions.
Right, or vice versa.
Vice versa. And Criterions are not cheap. Usually for single disc DVDs, they're $30. Blu-rays are $40. If they're double discs, they could be more than that. And now they got the 4Ks, which are like $50. So they do go on sale fairly often. Their store frequently has 20% off sales, 30% off sales. Barnes & Noble has 50% off sales frequently. Perfect time to get them. But after a certain point, it's like they're coming out too often, and I can't wait for the sales because by then there's too many to grab.
Or they're gone.
Or they're gone. So it just turned into, I'll just get the ones that I'm interested in. I'm not blind buying any of them anymore because I would just if it was Criterion, I didn't have the number, I'd just grab it. Not anymore. Can't keep up with all that.
Yes.
So I have been interested in a lot of the things they've been releasing lately, just haven't been partaking.
You have one of my favorites right now. Number 1000.
Oh, the Godzilla set.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
Ah, it's incredible.
The gigantic book set.
Yeah. How many movies total in that one?
What is that, like 10, 12?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Something silly. It's just like...
It was that first, I guess it was the Showa era of Godzilla movies. What a great box set. Great artwork. The Criterions was fun there for quite some time. And speaking of something that goes out of print frequently, when those go out of print, those prices skyrocket too. So here I was trying to get out of print ones to complete the missing holes. And I was spending stupid amounts on some of them.
As you do.
Not as bad as I could have, because there were some single disc DVDs, $100 each. I wasn't going to do that. But for a long time, I was looking for this one. Again, why? The 1964 Tokyo Olympiad. It went out of print. It had been out of print for years. I kept finding it, people selling for $100 on eBay, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And then I found some guy selling it for like $40. And I'm like, well, I better grab that before someone else does. And at the same time, the 3 of the Hitchcock ones are out of print. They were each going for like $100 each. Some guy was selling all 3 of them together for $80. I'm like, well, perfect. So I got all 4 of them in one. I was like, this is perfect. And this is why you don't do that. Because a couple years later, they came back into print with new artwork and more bonus features and stuff. And suddenly, those out of print prices dropped quite a bit.
Dang.
So you live, you learn.
Yeah.
And then the Tokyo Olympiad doesn't matter because they released a box set of Olympic films going back to the early 20th century. Winter and Summer Olympics for all the Olympics, including the 64 one. Sure, it was like $200. But if you're getting one for 100 or like 30 for 200, gee, I wonder what's the better deal.
Right. Which one should I get?
So, needless to say, I did not partake of the box set.
Fair.
No. So that's another one that's kind of cooled.
Yeah.
I keep an eye out. I keep a look, but I don't partake as I used to. That being said, the other physical releases, though,
I think before we get into that one,
I do.
I think we need to take a little break.
Yeah,
So we're going to be right back after these sponsored messages.
we do.
We'll be right back to Doctor Who on Disney XD.
Get off my lawn! Oh, sorry, sir. I was just grabbing the Frisbee real quick. Get off my lawn! My bad, Mr. Jones. My daughter thought those flowers were okay to pick for her mom. Hey, get off my lawn! I know, but my wife seriously does not know how to park.
So, are you sick of hearing old man Mr. Jones hollering at you all the time? Well, guess what? It's time to get AllStar Fence involved. 0% financing options available for qualified customers and the #1 most trusted name in fencing. AllStar Fence makes sure to provide not only a fence that looks strong, but is strong. Let AllStar Fence give you the privacy and comfort that you deserve at home by calling them today. 636-209-2096 or 618-604-0065. And don't forget to swing by their Facebook page at AllStar Fence STL to see examples of their amazing work. Granite Pros Custom Countertops and more will take care of all your countertop needs inside and out. They specialize in granite, quartz, and quartzite. Kitchens, bathrooms, outdoor grills, interior design applications. They are tops in granite inside or out. Give them a call. 636-275-2840. Find out about the home improvement you've been dreaming of and how it can become a reality. That's with Granite Pros Custom Countertops and more. Find them on Facebook at Granite Pros LLC today. Are you ready for some candid photos? Are you ready for some joyful photos? Are you ready for some vibrant photos? Well, Terry Ann Photography is what you want then. Custom photography specializing in maternity, newborns, families, and high school seniors. You can't be you without being you. Fun, entertaining photo sessions on location with Terry Ann Photography. Call now and book your session today. 314-608-2137. Or you can email at terryannphotography.com. Also, don't forget to check out some of her awesome work on Facebook, Terry Ann Photography.
And now back to Doctor Who on Disney XD.
All right, we're back. Justin, what's next?
What's next is Doctor Who has kind of become. I fell into that in the new series, but I kind of wanted to know the old stuff, so I went and revisited the old stuff. But for a long time, it was kind of hard to find the old stuff. So that's where my collection of Doctor Who DVDs came in. And back then, they would only sell them in individual serial compilations. The old series, yeah, they had seasons, but it was like each story had 4, 6, 7 episodes, and they would do each DVD for each of those. So a lot of space. And of course, there's a lot of missing episodes.
Right.
Notoriously, a lot of episodes were wiped. So there are a lot that just don't exist currently, and it's big news when they come back. But so that was another one that, again, they're numbered because they're numbered by story. And I'm like, well, I got to get all of these.
Yeah.
And then recently they started releasing them in the actual seasons on Blu-ray.
Oh.
So you could get the whole season on Blu-ray. And I'm like, oh, this is nice. But they didn't include all the bonus features from the DVDs. So I didn't get rid of the DVDs. So now I technically have 2 classic Doctor Who collections. I have one of DVDs and one of Blu-rays.
Double space.
A little bit of double space, yeah. That's an ongoing project, but it's also mostly fizzled out because, again, some of it's a little pricier, and you just gotta wait for the prices to come down. And sometimes they do go out of print also, and sometimes they go out of print because they're releasing a special edition with more stuff. But that's sort of kind of cooled off. The CDs collection has definitely cooled off because just most places don't carry CDs anymore.
Yeah, you don't see very many. You see more vinyl in stores like Walmart than you do CDs.
Although we did.
Well, they're coming back.
Yeah. The kids really like them right now.
Yep. That's why I never got rid of any of mine, because I knew they were coming back.
They like CDs, Walkman, iPods,
standalone cameras,
Zooms.
Even cassettes are coming back.
Yes.
There's a weird niche for the cassettes.
8-tracks haven't made its return.
There's a good reason for that.
Yeah.
I argue that's one of the worst formats ever.
No, I would definitely agree.
Not that I like cassettes, but 8-tracks worse.
Yes.
The thing I dislike about 8-tracks in particular is I'm a big fan of like long songs. And on an 8-track, if your song, depending on its placement, would be a long song, it might be split into 2-3 tracks. So your song is no longer 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Continuous.
You got to stop and wait for it to load the next track, and I hate that. I thought it good idea at the time, because when your only other option was vinyl,
right,
and you want to have it in the car, I understand.
Right. Although there were some cars that had record players, it was not the best idea.
Nope.
Just like portable CD players weren't the best idea in cars at first.
Yep. And I had one with the little attachment that you'd plug in your cassette.
Yep, with the wire.
Yep. And it had a nice anti-skip.
Yes.
So it worked great.
Built for durability.
But then I don't know what, something died in it, and it stopped reading CDs. So I got another one thinking it was going to be, it's going to be newer. It's going to be even better. No, that thing skipped badly. It was horrible. But yeah, I still have all the CDs, and I for a long time, whenever I'd go to FYE, I was trying to get, because I started getting into deep cuts, album cuts. Like, I like the hits, but I'm getting tired of hearing them over and over. What else do these bands have? So I started getting some greatest hits, and there's always hits that you're not familiar with.
Right. Because they got to fill out 12 or 13 songs, we'll say.
Yep. And I was
never... only know 4.
Yep. And I was never always a big fan of the other hits on the greatest hits. But for some reason, I gravitated towards getting the actual albums. And that's when the next logical step was vinyl. Mm-hmm. And first time I bought vinyl was in high school, I want to say, because I was still living at home, on eBay. I bought a lot of, I think, 5 AC/DC albums and a lot of, 10, 12 Southern rock vinyl. I don't know. It was a lot of Charlie Daniels, Marshall Tucker, stuff like that. And I inherited my grandma's record player that she had from the 70s. So here I am in the basement listening on the 70s record player to these old scratched up records that, this is how pathetic it was at the time. I didn't have a checking account. I didn't have a credit card, obviously, or a debit card, so I had to get a money order to send to the guy to get my records.
Yeah, it was eBay when you could send a check or money order.
Yep. And then soon after, so you had to wait until you go to the store to get your money order. So you have to send them a message, be like, "Hey, I'll get the money order in a couple of days." A lot more communication had to happen back then.
Right. Then you had to send it, and you had to wait for them to get it, and then they would send you the stuff.
Yep.
Had to verify it was real.
Right.
Yep. And only in the last, I'd say, couple months, because I've been logging all of my vinyl on Discogs, I found one of those records that I got way back in that first lot. It's the wrong disc in the sleeve. It is a different album. It's the right band, just the wrong album. Oh, it only took me almost 25 years to find that, but that's fine.
You got me.
You got me. All the rest of them were fine, but not that one. But yeah, vinyl, I've always, ever since then, I really was fascinated by it just because I was really into like 70s rock. And, you know, it's, what do you think 70s rock? You think vinyl.
Yeah.
And back then it was super cheap.
Right. You could get new albums for $8, $9, $10.
Yeah. And you'd find original pressings from the 70s and 80s for like $1.
Yep.
Or even less. Like nobody cared about vinyl. And so anytime I'd go anywhere, vinyl, sure, if I knew who the band was, yeah, I might grab it. And I had a small little collection of them, no big deal. And then I don't know where the click was for that, but somewhere in there something switched, and next thing you know, you wake up one day and you're like, wow, I've got 3 milk crates filled with these, and now I don't know where to put any extras, but I'm finding extras. And I'd find them at estate sales because parents like to go to estate sales, and a lot of people were selling vinyl for nothing.
Right. 50 cents.
Oh, yeah.
$1, quarter.
Yep. Oh, you want 45s? 5 for $1?
Yeah.
I mean, it was like nothing. There was one, I think maybe the first one that I remember was we went to an estate sale somewhere in West County. That's usually where they went to the estate sales because that's where you find interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And it was some guy who had, he must have been a Keishi fan.
Oh.
Because he had Keishi classic band albums. Like I wasn't even familiar with who they, I just could tell like, well, these are obviously from the 70s and 80s. But then he had one that was, it was just a blank sleeve. It was like an inner sleeve. And it was written on it, Stillwater and a date from like 1980 and Keishi just written on it. I had no idea what this was. I still really don't know what it is. I should probably go find that and actually listen to it one day.
Right.
But for some reason, that little experience of just blind buying a couple of the, wow, this cover looks fun. This looks interesting. I fell into Keishi Classics, which, if you're local, Keishi's radio station, first FM radio station, rock FM radio station in 1967, that has continuously been operating since 1967.
In a very similar format.
Yeah, in the same format. Prior to 67, it started in 62 as Keishi, but it was music and radio geared for women. So it was a lot of classical and a lot of easy listening.
Hence the she.
Yes, that is, yes.
Yep.
And then they sold it in 67. They ended up running it out of basically a shack out of Crestwood for a long time.
Long time, yeah.
Till the 90s. And then sold to
Clearwire?
Hubbard?
I think it was Clear Channel first and then Hubbard after that.
Yeah, I think Hubbard has it now.
Yeah. And whenever they, I think it was 94, and then they moved it from Crestwood to downtown, and then whenever Hubbard took over, it went back out to West County.
Right, off of Olive.
Yeah. But they, for a long time, were big on deep cuts, album cuts. They'd play entire sides of albums just because they felt like it. There's recordings you can find from the 70s and 80s where literally they would just play whatever they wanted to. They would have regional bands, local bands that they would play that became famous because they were played on
REO Speedwagon.
REO Speedwagon was a big...
Out of Illinois.
Yep, which Kevin Cronin was talking about. There was an interview, and he said that whenever they'd go to L.A. and play, they'd play clubs with like 100, 200 people. They'd play in St. Louis, and they'd like sell out Busch Stadium for Super Jam. There's like 50,000 people. And they said it's so bizarre, but they were like, that's just kind of the power that station had in the Midwest.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of bands that became regional that just nobody outside of the Midwest heard of.
Which I think Keishi's pretty well known around the country.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And people post stickers they find in the wild from all over the world.
Right.
Sweet Meat. Sweet Meat is their most famous mascot.
The pig logo.
The pig logo with the headphones, which is a little known fact, actually taken from a Blodwyn Pig album from 1969. That was one of those obscure bands that they played, and they never really caught on, but they're like, hey, we like your logo. Can we use that? And they're like, yeah, sure.
My buddy's dad recreated that logo because he was in high school and he was a pig farmer. And, well, they took some bits and took it to high school and put him in a bucket and put a cigar in his mouth and some sunglasses. And let's say the PE weight teacher person wasn't very happy.
Yeah, nice.
Can't imagine why.
I can't imagine why.
Be awfully smelly with no AC.
A little bit. Yeah.
And there's always that famous photo of Eddie Van Halen and
David Lee Roth.
Yeah, standing in front of in like shivering cold temperatures.
Yep. You can see the snow on the ground too.
They're on Watson
from the McDonald's.
They had just came from their interview or whatever. And
that was the other thing. Like bands, when they were in town, like they had an open door policy. Like if you were in town, you wanted to stop in and chat.
Come on in and
chat. And they had lots of impromptu interviews, and they had a couple locally. Well, they're from the area. They'd like go and record something and be like, "Oh, hey, we just got this press today. Like, you want to hear it?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure. Hey, this is just press today from whatever. Let's put it on." And they would.
Let's have everyone else listen to it.
Yeah.
Back when radio was fun.
Oh, yes. Yeah. They had a window, infamous window. They had a window that went from the outside directly into the studio. So people would walk up to the window at all hours of the day and night and like talk to the DJs, make requests, ask for tickets. And they'd be like, whatever. And apparently there's quite a few stories about, especially the late night DJs, what may or may not have been passed through the windows that may or may not have been possible substances that were not legal friendly.
Correct.
That everyone enjoyed.
Yes. Imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a really interesting documentary about Casey that kind of covers like the first 15 years. Fascinating
that's pretty
stories.
wild.
Is that the one that Ron Stevens was a part of? Okay.
Yep. And he even labeled it as Volume 1, assuming that someone else would do like the 80s.
2, yeah.
No one has.
Nothing.
Which is really disappointing. Because I'm real curious about the 80s.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of where radio started to change into more of the commercial format.
Yes.
And then you started having a little less leeway that the DJs had. There was much more program directors taking over. And
yeah. There's a reason why you don't hear of real popular DJs like, we'll just say the Wolfman Jacks.
Yes.
You know, the really famous DJs.
This is Three Dog. Oh.
Alan Freed, host of the Moondog Show. Yeah, you don't hear about those type DJs anymore just because, I mean, basically they're paid to play the music and, more importantly, play the commercials.
Correct.
That's the important thing.
Well, shoot, they'll have a robot doing that for them soon, so...
Oh, there's a lot of stations that are automated anyways.
Yeah. AI DJs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, basically. So, yeah, music has always been kind of an obsession, even when I was in high school. Before high school.
Yeah.
Because I started listening to the golden oldies when I was a kid, and then graduated to the 70s and 80s, and then by the time I was in high school, I was listening to actual stuff from the 90s, 2000s, and then, 2000s kind of, and then I started going back to check out the old stuff, and then suddenly it's like, I want to listen to everything that I haven't listened to before.
It took me a while, probably longer than most kids, to get into music, which is probably why I'm so unconventional with the types of things that I like.
Well, it's not necessarily that. It's also just, I mean, I feel I'm naive to a lot of the things that was really popular when I was growing up because my parents just listened to classic country. So whatever was on the country stations, what I grew up listening to until my kind of early teenage years. And then I got into the 50s and 60s stuff and didn't really get into the 70s rock until the last 15 years, probably.
And all this leads to Record Store Day.
Yes.
Hey, we just did that.
Yeah. Because this has definitely become an obsession.
Yep.
I love it as much as I hate it.
It's an all-day event.
It has definitely become an all-day event.
Yep.
But we're rewarded midday. usually.
There is definitely rewards. Yeah. We've kind of come up with our plan of attack, which is pretty good. But I always do this because I blame Kevin for this, because Kevin's the one that took me to Record Store Day the first. I was just tagging along. He's like, "Oh, you want to go?" I'm like, "I've never been to one of these. I'll check it out.
See what it's like."
I'm seeing another theme.
Because I know he was looking for something. I don't even remember what it was.
A record.
Yes.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
There was at least something or a couple somethings. And I'm like, okay, I know, whatever. So we're waiting in line. They have free donuts. They were giving out draft beer if you wanted it.
That's usually why I tag along.
They had whiskey and coffee.
We're doing
They
trivia.
had trivia. You could win prizes. I won an album.
Won records, yeah.
And they handed out a little booklet with like a whole bunch of releases. And I'm like, oh, these are interesting. Well, this is really cool. Like, I might grab this, or might grab this. And very quickly it devolved into, oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know this. I grabbed this. I grabbed this. I'm like, yeah, this is pricey.
Yeah, I think you ended that day, I think, with more purchases than I did.
I sure did.
Not bad for a tag along.
Yeah. Yeah, it got out of control fast.
It worked.
So you're just tagging along on Saturday, right? This Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that definitely is just a tag along. Yeah. But I don't like waiting in lines. That is one of my biggest. It's more of an anxiety thing. I feel like everyone's staring at me when I'm waiting in a line, and like, why aren't you moving fast enough? You need to move faster. And especially the closer I get, the more it builds.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I need to be like going to do the thing, because if I'm not, someone's gonna be like, why aren't you doing the thing?
I think I'm preconditioned to lines from Disney.
Fair.
But that's why I don't mind so much the Record Store Day lines, because usually there's someone with me and it's fine.
Yeah, it's not just standing there by yourself twiddling your thumb.
But I have done that a couple times, because there was the one year you couldn't go.
Yes.
And that was...
You started by yourself.
And I started by myself.
Oh, the early morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I picked you up.
I was wiped.
You're like, yeah, not this time.
Yeah.
And then Black Friday, it was the first time I did a Black Friday Record Store Day. I was by myself. But the thing with the Record Store Day, the lines, it's a little different, because like you're all there for the same thing. You're all fans of
something.
Like it's different genres, but you're all there for the same reason. And everyone, inevitably, there's little chatters, little discussions.
We had one at the first place.
I mean, you get to chatting with people, and if you do it like a couple of years in a row, you will start to see kind of the same people.
Familiar people.
And it's kind of a nice little fun thing.
Right, because you don't have game console launches and video game launches like you used to, where you'd all be waiting in line.
Not waiting for concert tickets.
Yeah, Black Friday's not the same anymore, because so much of that's online.
Pre-orders for games, midnight launches.
Yep.
That's not the same anymore. Yeah. In fact, you have to wait longer if you don't pre-order it digitally. You have to wait at least an hour longer if anyone even does a midnight launch.
Right.
So
yeah. So that's but I hate it, because there really is a push that like if you don't show up as early as you can, you will be waiting in line for 2 hours or more.
And you may not get what you want.
There's no guarantee that it's going to be there.
And that's time wasted of being in line somewhere else to possibly get it there.
Yes. But they also, then there's the positive side, like you said, the free beer. It does seem more and more places are giving away free
or
beverages of some sort.
I don't know how they get away with the free beer. Maybe it's a state-by-state thing, but I mean, here in Missouri,
I'm definitely not complaining.
We're definitely a little liberal with beer now.
I think as long as they would be checking IDs for the people that are on the younger appearance.
Sure. I mean, they say it's up to 42 or 5 or whatever they're supposed to.
Right.
I don't know what the number is, but either way, I am a little surprised that they are.
You just know to have your ID ready.
Well,
you get caught.
Some of us.
There's one at this table that.
Right. It's not me.
It's not me.
Is it the Naked Chin Man?
Could be.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes, it is the one with actual hair on his head.
True.
Hair on the head, not in the face.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The other thing I have to kind of obsessed with, which I didn't even realize I was obsessed with, this is a new realization.
Pokemon cards.
No. I've always been a reader ever since I was a kid. Like, I've always had a book that I was reading. I'm a slow reader, but like I've always had something to be reading.
Oh, I doubt very much you're a slow reader.
Oh, I am.
Compared to some of us, we'll say.
Well, maybe comparatively. But I am a fairly slow reader. But because I'm slow, I absorb and I do not forget. Like, it sticks.
Right. Where me is like, as soon as I close the cover, it's gone.
Oh. I'm lucky if I get that far. I'll start reading a page and I'll get to the next page and like, how did I get here? I don't even remember what happened. So I have to reread the page.
I know.
Because my mind is talking while I'm trying to read. Right. So it just doesn't work.
Frequently that happens to me too. So I have to, it's certain times of the day. For me, the earlier in the day, the more likely I am to concentrate. At the very tail end. But by then, sometimes I'm like falling asleep. So it might...
Yeah, just stick to audiobooks. It works better for me.
But for me, morning is the best. That is when I can absorb the easiest.
I guess because the world is still somewhat quiet.
Probably, yeah. I haven't had the day do its effects yet.
Right, yeah. Because once you get the mind racing...
It's like,
it's hard to slow down.
Yeah.
It's starting to lighten up. I need to get this done and this done. And
yeah.
Oh, I got to go here, got to go there.
So when I was a kid, I was always reading something, and I would always get my homework done as fast as I could in school so I could read during study hall.
There were a select few of your breed that would do that thing.
That was strange.
And I never understood it because, again, not much of a reader, I'll be honest.
Well, I should also say, like, in our school, like, that was kind of like, I wouldn't say the norm, but, like, there was a large group of people that when they finished their work, it's like, oh, good, now I get to read. And then it's like, I think it was more like I'm doing what I want to do rather than what someone's telling me to do.
For sure.
And like my only option is to read. So at least I'm reading what I want to read as opposed to what they're telling me to read.
And there wasn't scrolling on the phone back then. So
we couldn't have phones. So.
Well, and like they just weren't what they are today, right? Like even back then they weren't what they are today.
For sure.
I mean, I usually just like doodled.
Sometimes I would if I couldn't concentrate on what it was. Yeah, I just start drawing. I couldn't draw for anything, but I would still try. But yeah, usually the reading. But back then it was mostly Sherlock Holmes. I love Sherlock Holmes. I also love reading Michael Crichton. Way too young. I read Jurassic Park in like 7th grade or something. And I'm like,
that's about the time I read.
I don't know what half the stuff is, but it's got dinosaurs and it's fun.
Right. There's a dinosaur on the cover.
Yeah.
Well, and it was a little sciencey, which is
pretty sciencey.
I mean,
quite sciencey.
I gravitated towards that, so that was not, I would say, a hard read per se. It
was all the genetics stuff.
Oh, okay,
that was the stuff that was a bit
that's
above.
True.
But I felt like I kind of grasped it enough to
read through the story.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But I thought Michael Crichton was the greatest author ever, and I had to read all of his stuff. So I remember reading The Lost World then, and Sphere, and Andromeda Strain, and something else that I'm blanking on. But I also like to read a lot of the classics because I don't know why I was strange, but I read some of the classics. Read a lot of Hardy Boys when I was a kid.
Mysteries.
Yeah, I like the mysteries. But then I kind of fell out of that. And as one does, apparently, one falls back into it. Started reading some more. Started opening a little bit. Then I started working at a bookstore. Actually, I ended up working at 2 bookstores. When you work in bookstores, you acquire books.
Yeah.
And I acquired a lot of books. And it's only in the last few years that I've actually started reading some of those books that I've had for 20 years.
It's like working at another retail location and acquiring the product that you sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
No.
Yeah. So as an adult, I kind of gravitated more towards Stephen King. Go figure. One such as I. But then started getting into, in the last few years, more sci-fi, but like Isaac Asimov and Arthur C. Clarke and those type of sci-fis. And then I started doing something that is collecting, that I figure I'll grab it when I see it, because I never know when I'm going to see it again, because I can grab it real cheap. I'll read it eventually. And I've started a few collections. And I'm never going to, I would say financially recover from them, but they're super cheap, so it's not a big deal. It's more...
aren't they like less than $10, some of them?
Oh my God, you can find some for like $2.
Yeah.
So I've started a few collections of books. I don't understand myself, but it's not for me to understand. There is a Star Trek series that came out in the 70s where they took episodes from the original series and put them into like short story form and then compiled them into volumes of books. I have to get all of those. I have 11 of the 12.
Ooh.
I'm almost there.
Dang.
Wow, yeah, one away.
Yep. They also compiled the animated series, if anyone remembers the 70s Star Trek animated series.
No?
It only ran for 2 seasons in the early 70s.
Fair.
They compiled a bunch of the episodes into short story formats for that, and then other short stories that were tossed about that weren't made. I forgot how many of those they have, but I have most of those also. Still looking for a few of those. Also, I'm grabbing the Star Wars X-Wing series. Because reasons. I don't know.
Because why not?
And I would like to start it, but I haven't found the first 2 books.
Oh, yeah.
I have most of the rest, but it's kind of hard to start a series when you don't have the first couple.
Right.
Spoilers.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to start a TV show with episode 3.
Nope.
Or season 3.
Right.
Yep. Also, I'm trying to acquire... this is one of those I never thought I would even have the slightest interest in trying, but in the last few years, I got really curious and I give it a shot. The Wheel of Time series.
That's the one I'm thinking.
Which is massive. I think it's like 14, 15 books. And each book is like, I don't know, 700 to 1,000 pages.
I was going to say Justin is making a finger motion of about 4 to 5 inches.
Yeah, they're a solid like 3 to 4 or 5 inches thick.
Larger than Harry Potter stuff.
Oh my God, yes.
Makes Harry Potter look like a
short book,
yes.
novel.
Novelization.
Yes, they are also notorious for a number of books most of the way through that fans affectionately refer to as the slog, because they're very slow, which is a great selling point for any newbie.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and I'm willfully going to eventually take part of this, but I'm specifically looking for the old Tor covers, which the one that I picked up when you saw,
yep.
They're like the old fantasy art style.
Think 80s, 90s,
Yep.
like NES covers that you would see that retro futurism.
Obviously hand painted.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna lie, I love that stuff. So
yes.
I could see why, because I saw the new cover and it's very boring.
It's bland. It's muted.
It's
boring.
so bad.
Yeah, I like the font style in the new ones, and I like the printing.
Sure.
But oh god, those covers just do nothing for me.
Yeah, and let's be honest, like, it's gonna sit on a shelf most of the time, so you kind of want it to look kind of cool.
I kind of want to admire it from time to time. Yeah. Another one that is going to be probably impossible. I had this crazy idea in my head that I was going to do some project with it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm going to have to acquire more of them before I officially start to figure out what to do. So I'm trying to get all of the Harry Potter, not the Harry Potter, Hardy Boys books.
Oh, good luck.
Yes.
Because that started in, what, 1926?
1927, I think.
Ooh.
And they've gone through multiple reprints.
All right.
But not just any of the Hardy Boys. I'm trying to find the blue spines, the hardback blue spines, which I have most of.
What year about?
Well, so those were printed between 1927, 28, and I think the last blue spine. Well, there's two ends of the blue. Well, I guess technically three ends, but the main two ends of blue spines is, I want to say the first one ends in the late 50s, and then they started doing paperbacks, but then they released some of the paperbacks in the blue spines, and those went through, I want to say, the 60s. But they did the paperbacks up through, God, I don't know, the early 2000s, and they kept the same numbers. So there's like 180 some odd of those. And I'm trying to get all of those.
And then, of course, it's the same guy writing all these.
Oh, of course. And then I'm also trying to get the Case File series. And there's 100 some odd of those.
Oh.
And those were between like the 90s and 2000s. And
A little more accessible.
those were more like teenage writing.
Oh, okay.
Whereas the other ones were more like young adult. The case files were more like geared for teens. So I'm trying to find all of it. And I went through a little rabbit hole. There are Hardy Boys collectors out there that are hardcore.
Oh, I imagine.
These people have every printing, because every time they printed, they would change something. There are some things that didn't age well, and they changed them.
Right, like ethnic stereotypes and stuff like that.
Yes. And that's why people want when they first were printed, they weren't blue. They were like tan.
Well, at least they can't digitally edit the guns out of the police officer's hands.
Right.
True.
Right.
Like our previous episode.
Yes. And I'm not trying to get like all the versions or all like just a version.
You don't want 4 copies of the same book.
No. The only one that I have 2 copies of is I have a blue spine of the very first one, but I also have an original tan of the first one. So I do have like a
So why?
early printing
what
of it.
got you into this one specifically?
I don't know. I don't know. It was just one of these, like, I had this crazy idea that, like, it'd be, because I don't see a whole lot of content out there on them. And a lot of them have been out of print for so long.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Hardy Boys has been around forever.
And about the only thing that ever stays in print are some of the blue ones. Like, all the paperbacks been out of print for years.
Wasn't it like Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew? Wasn't it like a team?
They were printed concurrently. I mean, there was also the Boxcar Twins. There was the Bobbsey Twins. There's Tom Swift. All mystery stories written for kids, kind of all published at the same time. But there seemed to be a little more crossover between Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, to the fact that they did release books of, they called them Super Sleuth, Super Mysteries, something like that, where they teamed up in a series of books. They had TV shows where they teamed up.
Yeah.
Most people don't remember the 70s Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew TV shows. In fact, most people don't remember the 90s Hardy Boys TV show that was on for like 10 episodes.
Okay.
I'm the weirdo that remembers that one. But I don't know what got me back into that, but I'm very slowly working. And again, you can grab these things for like $1 or $2.
Well, that's good.
Just if you can find them.
Right.
So I use Goodreads. Most people use Goodreads to log the books that they're reading, so they can log their progress and rate the books they've read. I use it for the books I'm looking for
To buy.
and then whenever I find it, I delete it off.
Right.
So that's a very
Extensive collection.
That's going to be an extensive one that's never going to end. I will never find the end of that one. There's also my obsession with JRPGs, which is also fairly newer. But I've been oddly curious about them ever since I was a kid, because I think I talked about it on a video games episode of ours where I talked about Phantasy Star 3.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever saw a JRPG turn-based. So I didn't know what I was doing. And to be fair, if you're used to turn-based, Phantasy Star is a little different from most.
Yes.
But if you can figure it out, it's fun. But I got kind of sucked into those. I've never been a Final Fantasy fan. Which is odd.
Same. Like
Mostly same, minus the tactics games. Those were the ones that sucked me in.
Because anytime I mention JRPG, like, oh, you like Final Fantasy? I'm like, no, I really don't. I've tried.
Not really.
I have tried. I've tried 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12,
Look,
15,
if you've
13.
If you've tried
and I still
7
can't
and
get into
10
them.
and you're not into it, it's fine.
Or
Just not
6
meant to
even.
be.
Yeah.
I will say this. The intro song to 6 is probably one of my favorite video game songs ever.
A lot of people like 6 quite a bit.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I like the stories of all of these, especially I like the story in 6. But like I can't quite. That being said, Dragon Quest. Oh, speaking of Dragon Quest,
Your brethren across the sea would agree with you on Dragon
yes.
Quest.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're also recording this the day after they released the teaser for Dragon Quest 12.
Yeah.
Which shocked a lot of people because they've changed a lot since the last time they talked about 12. But I mean, they've changed the tone, the look, the subtitle, everything about it. So that's kind of surprising. But yeah, love the Dragon Quest series, love the East series, which is YS, if not familiar. Xenoblade is incredible. Some of the Tales games I really like. Some of them are a little not for me, but Tales of Arise kind of sold me, and I'm excited for more where that's going. Star Ocean. I do love me some Star Ocean.
Definitely talk about that from time to time.
Yeah. I'm definitely kind of waiting for another one. Not expecting another one for a while, but that's fine. Octopath.
Yeah, I've talked at length about that one too.
First 2, I'm a big fan. I haven't tried 0 yet, but the first 2, big fan.
Yeah, you spent a lot of hours on the first one, I know.
Oh, 120 hours, and I still didn't beat it.
Yeah, so JRPGs are not short.
They're usually not, no. Some of them sort of like East 8 was the first one of those I played at 60 hours. And it was one of my favorite games. I think the first Xenoblade Chronicles, I think like 70, 75 hours. But yeah, Octopath is easily 100 hours or plus the way I play them. I tend to be a little more grindy and exploring.
Right, not trying to just rush through.
No, I'm not an exploiter.
When I was a kid, I would rush through, baby's first RPG, Pokemon, and now I'm very much an explorer, like do all of every little bit I can before you get to some of the battles, because it makes
Find
your
all
life
the equipment you can.
Yeah, it makes your life a little easier.
For sure.
But you're also
You've
like
leveled up.
enjoying the game more.
Yep.
So
Until the game feels like work.
sure.
Because some of these games can.
Oh yeah, they're the after game content or otherwise they get grindy.
Yep. I remember I got sucked into Dragon Quest XI, which is by far one of my favorite games. And I played it on the PS4. And I got to the credits. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, that's the end of the game. Wow. I guess I could keep playing and leveling up and whatever, but what's the point? Like, I beat the boss and credits. I don't need any more. Then later on, it came out on Game Pass. And I'm like, well, I want to get the achievements. So let's play it again.
Right.
So I start playing through it again, get up to the same point, but now this is the definitive edition. So there's a little extra content. Okay, well, maybe I'll do some more after, because I know there's like a 2D area in this. Like, oh, that'll be fun, and it calls back to older games. I'll check this out. So after I beat it and got to the credits, started doing that. And that's when I discovered there's still a third of the game left after the credits. You thought you beat the game. Oh, no. You haven't.
You were done.
What is this, Skyrim?
Yeah, there's a whole large chunk of game after the credits. And crap. So, yeah, sometimes when you think it's a big game, it turns out it's an even larger game than you thought.
Yes.
I also recommend Harvestella, which is action RPG. But there's like a farming element to it, which is kind of interesting that I'm not used to seeing in these games. Also, Paper Mario is kind of fun. Super Mario RPG is quite fun. They're not the longest games,
No.
but they're pretty good. If you want to kind of get in, dip your toes,
Get your
get
feet
out.
wet.
My
yeah.
brain could not comprehend Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo because I was like, this isn't Mario. What the hell is this?
That was my original response too. Yeah.
So I'd be curious to revisit that with a different lens.
Funny you say that because I
On the
do have it
Switch.
on Switch. If you're really curious.
He always is.
Yes. Also, a fascinating one is Dot Hack.
It was a PlayStation series, isn't it?
Yes. It was originally PlayStation. It's come to Switch.
Okay.
And in the Switch version, they compiled all the games.
Okay, like a compilation.
Yep. And it's basically tell me if this sounds familiar. It's basically you live in the real world. You as the player live in the real world, and you're checking social media things, and you're checking like news updates and things. And then you go into a digital world, and then what you're playing as is actually in the digital world.
Oh.
And then you're visiting like digital areas and things, and then you can go into battle arenas essentially that you can randomly generate or are generated for you. And there's a story about ghosts in the machine essentially that you've got to beat, and it's
I'm hearing a little Sword Art Online.
it's very similar. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh no.
It's an interesting one too. That's another one that's quite lengthy because it's like the one I have is like 4 games in one, so it's kind of lengthy, but it's kind of fun. So yeah, those are a lot of the only other obsession that I currently have,
These are a few of my favorite things.
and this is more just like I think I have more free ones than I have actual purchased ones. It's the koozies.
Oh, yeah.
I've gotten a koozie collection.
Yeah, for cans.
Yes. I have one for a bottle, and all the rest are for cans.
Okay.
Varying sizes,
Yep.
varying designs,
Yep. From different places.
varying places.
In the mostly United States.
Mostly are breweries. Some are sports things. Some are movie things.
Some are
music.
wacky gifts.
Some are wacky, bizarre, fun. I have a canned condom.
We couldn't resist.
Which
It was real goofy.
I was like, this is so bizarre. I can't. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's some of my obsessions of late and through the years.
Interesting.
And there have been some that have gone by the wayside, some that don't stick, as they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally understand that.
But it's, yeah, those are kind of the big ones.
Well, it's definitely one hell of a list. I mean, you got a nice wide range there. You know, you throwing in Hardy Boys, that was not expected.
I don't understand it.
I'm like, that's such an old school
Yes.
thing.
Yes. Hearing, they still have, like, you know, their friend Chet with his jalopy. Who knows about jalopies these days? I mean, they use such outdated lingo. I think that's one of the reasons I like old stuff is because I read a lot of older stuff.
It's a product of the time.
Yeah, or like I'd watch Naked Night shows when I was a kid from 50s and 60s, 70s. And
Right.
all the stuff's outdated.
Donna Reed, Father Knows Best, blah, blah, blah. Things like that.
Yeah, I Love Lucy, Honeymooners, Bewitched.
Yep.
I Dream of Jeannie.
That's
Mork
why
and
I
Mindy.
love watching channels like Antenna TV, Me TV,
Yep.
those things.
I find old stuff fascinating because you don't have the modern way of, like, storytelling wise. You can't just pull out your phone and solve your problem.
Correct.
Well, what's old is new again.
Yeah. Well, it's like the old joke with Seinfeld episodes. Like, every issue they had in a Seinfeld episode would have been fixed if they had a phone. If they had GPS, or if they had Siri, or if they had something.
Definitely. But no, definitely some good things on that.
It's I just have this weird collector mindset, and if there's a number, I got to get them all.
Oh yeah, numerology.
Yep, that's why baseball cards. For what? Well, that actually came and went twice, because when I was a kid, I loved baseball cards, but then 2004, 2005, I started getting back into it, and till about 2012, 2013.
Okay.
I was constantly getting...
So for another 8 or 9 years.
And I'd be curious to know how many rookie cards I've got for people who...
Actually went on to be big.
Yep. Because I haven't looked at any of the stuff in easily 10 years or more. There's all stuck away in the basement.
Yeah.
Some in binders, some in boxes.
That sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I believe that does it for part 1 of our collection addictions. Financial ruin edition.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I am a slave to myself and my impulses and my lists that I have on my phone. Because I have all this stuff listed out.
Oh. I wouldn't have expected anything else.
I mean, I've got notes with them. I've got apps specifically designated for these things.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, and it's a problem.
Man, it is what it is.
That being said, I feel like I have I have better control over it these days than I used to.
But is that just...
That's out of necessity.
I was going to say because of financial.
That's because the bills take precedent.
Correct.
So gotta do the adulting thing.
Yeah. I need electricity, entertainment, water, a roof, vehicle, food, gas, food, drink.
Yep.
Oh, copious drink.
Copious.
Oh, and that's the other thing. I will cut back on food and drink and things sometimes whenever something like, I will never see this. Yeah, I'll never see this again. I have to, what can I cut?
Oh, yeah, what needs to go?
Yep.
I don't have to go to the store this weekend. I can wait till next weekend. Correct. That's fine. I'll just eat rice all week.
There you go.
I say that not jokingly. That has happened.
Rice and applesauce.
Yeah. 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 Maybe cereal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sounds like something Isaac Wells would do with Skeletor. Remember.
Pretty much. Yep.
Something.
Yep.
I love the stuff he comes up with. It's amazing. Which is why one of my Funko Pops is that exact figure of Skeletor running away.
Oh my god. I forgot about that.
I do too.
It's in a bin. We'll talk about that on a...
Oh, yeah. More foreshadowing.
Yes. Talk about that soon. All right. That does it for this episode. I guess we would like to thank Stark Roofing and AllStar Fence STL for being our title and studio sponsors, as well as Granite Pros LLC, Terry and the Moon and Back Photography and Doula Services, and Mike Jones of the Lion's Den Podcast Network. For everything Back to the Past podcast, simply go to backtothepastpodcast.com. There you can provide feedback, suggest episode topics such as this, support our sponsors, order your very own shirt, and more to help support the show. Ratings and reviews are always appreciated, whether it's on Apple Podcast or Pocket Cast or Spotify or YouTube. Share. What are some of your addiction of collectible ideas or items? I would love to know what other people are into. Anyone else into Hardy Boys as Justin is? I would really love to know that.
Oh, I would too.
Yeah.
Or if it's any adjacent, like Tom Swift, Boxcar Children, Bobsy Twins.
Bobsy Twins.
Other forgotten series from back then.
Sherlock Holmes.
I do enjoy me some Sherlock Holmes.
All right. Thank you all for listening, folks. And stay tuned for episode 2 of our collection addictions. Prediction Series. And we will talk to you next time when we get back from the past.
Peace.
Oh my God. I am never going to financially recover from this.
The Lion's Den Podcast Network, powered by Stark Roofing. With over 45 years of experience in the roofing and exteriors industry, Stark Roofing is a local, family-owned and operated company that provides excellent customer service and workmanship. Let's Start Roofing. Bring your home back to life. You can give them a call at 636-671-0045 and tell them Spanky sent you. Stark Roofing, proud title sponsor of the Lion's Den Podcast Network and this amazing podcast presentation.